Ooh, it's gonna be a Sven with, in the end of the day, he does play them in a very team play oriented, supportive way. Sven, meanwhile, just looking to slow farm up, will be entirely fine as Force didn't even try to commit for anything. But over on top, it's gonna be a first blood, and the first blood is gonna go to the exact person that RESTFARMERS would not like it going to. The battle for the rune. Though with that poison touch, I think the rune should be going to the side of RESTFARMERS here if MOUZ aren't careful. MOUZ, they decide to risk it all for top spawn. It is gonna be bottom, so RESTFARMERS, they will be the ones rewarded after that huge rotation. But as I say, that Pablo goes down to 3 as well. So, nice little curveball there. After Ulnit got himself a lead, and Ulnit actually got to a point where you can leave him alone in lane briefly. That's when they're gonna go for the double support rotation instead. Xibbe gets chased after. He's gonna be fine though. Marcy is gonna bully him the hell back. Well, to get himself a creep, he can also make a stack for the Sven. And Sven, the other way around, comes online so early that he can just farm those stacks before level 6 even. And kind of use that to keep himself online. But Dazzle gets Axe running at him. And Axe, he is after all the ultimate Dazzle counter, will get himself a point of permanent armor from that with the slam dunk force coming in and just going fights. I mean, not even the Zeus is really actively team fighting whenever he doesn't have an ultimate and is just trying to kind of keep out snowballing the Dazzle, which, as far as the net worth goes, as you can see, is working out really well for them. However, the person that's farming for that is the Sven, but there's another beautiful jump on the Dazzle, but Atlantic, he does escape. The Axe ultimate will now, however, be chopped down. Even if he didn't get the armor there, they did get the kill on the enemy mid laner, shutting them down quite a bit. And now Handsken, he's gonna be the bonus kill as Axe on the chase. No Quelling Blade this time around, so he needs to be quite careful. There's the Chen army surrounding him though. And with a God Strength, he takes so much damage that Axe's spins will not serve to save him. I don't really play a lot of Axe. I do remember one of the two allows him to reduce damage. And being able to reduce the Sven's damage is gonna be core here, because as you can see, Shad, he hit so freaking hard that he may even get NARMAN out of this, but NARMAN barely escapes. One more high roll for the Sven and NARMAN would have died, but there's the sharpshooter to finish the job anyways, as Pablo says, you know what, screw you. I'm still gonna take down that support from you. As it's gonna be Axe going for a jump onto Xibbe. Xibbe will be killed off as Marcy together with the IO trying to go for more, and they will find the two-man call as MOUZ just clean house. Nice little relocate out there as Axe will be left behind with the fat Shad, but 2 for 3 at the end of the day. So even with that great call, it's gonna be a little bit harder to actually execute that fight against Sven than they thought it would be. That's gonna be a 3-man smoke from the side of RESTFARMERS. Do they want to fight into this Aegis though? But then again, if they're just gonna keep trying to get Sven online by farming without getting any kills, then they've already lost this. Xibbe looks to go for the Blink Arena. Well, he is just gonna leave it at a spear for the time being, but there's the jump from the Marcy onto Chen, and Chen instantly gets obliterated. Hoodwink able to escape the Axe, but not the Bedlam forever. All the while, Sven, he is being kited around, however, his BKB will now be used together with the God Strength, making sure he gets rid of that Fuse Aegis, if nothing else. Sven with the BKB still being kited though, as Shad trying to at least get one of these kills to boast, but nope, all he gets is pain to the face and a lot of annihilation. As that is gonna be the Unleash wearing off very soon, and the enemy knowing, hey, that spell is gonna be on cooldown for a long while, so they're gonna push this tower. Marcy, however, still chasing, does not need an ultimate to kill people, she says, and I mean, yeah, the Marcy is tanking Sven an amazing amount of time. Now gets the BKB out and will be trying to hit more. Zeus goes for the ult as well, though as you can see, everybody got huge health pools compared to a tiny magical damage burst. But Io, he does get the save onto the Marcy. That was kind of close for just a minute, but with the save there and Marcy coming back into the team fight with full health, they are gonna get a 4-man cleanup with the 5th one running for their life. But even if they don't kill this Hoodwink, MOUZ, they've just won 3 fights in a row. They have out-snowballed the Sven so much. Because as you can see, he's got the Blink Dagger, he's got the Arena, but he doesn't really have more. It is of course support Mars, which I'm generally a big fan of. But you do need the BKB and you need so many items against a super fat team, which is kind of difficult. As it's gonna be Atlantic getting chain stunned up, and with a few more hits from the Marty, he is gonna go down without a dazzle. They have no restoration here, no sustain. Sven still wants to go in with the God Strength. He did have a good angle there. And, well, not really of a choice either. Shad will just go ahead, kill off the Zeus. Still getting ran at by the Marcy though. And Marcy keeps just lifting him into more damage as Pablo, he will get punished for standing behind his Sven. And I'll be real with you, ladies and gentlemen, this game is almost over at this point, which of course nobody on the side of RESTFARMERS really realizes because they can't see the goal difference, but it is. And that's gonna be Marcy finishing up that Abyssal Blade to have 1 extra BKB piercing stun, but not only that, it's also gonna be a slam dunk onto the Chen, giving X even more armor so he can tank the Sven for even longer. As that's gonna be the Sven caught. Sven still taking a good chunk of damage, but with the Dazzle save, he will be okay for now. Marcy, however, is just happy that the Dazzle has revealed himself as the Mars Arena catches the Zeus, but Zeus is the worst hero to catch by a Mars Arena, because while he cannot right-click outside of the arena, he can very much still cast the spells. He can very much still throw magic at you from inside the confines of the arena, as that's gonna be a full-blown team wipe. And with that full-blown team wipe, they're gonna grab themselves a Torment real quick. It is gonna be at least 2 lanes of Rex, probably the Megas, if not the GG, just from this push. At least they are making sure not to buy anyone back too early. Instead, wait for Sven to respawn. Pretty much taken for free. I guess MOUZ can go for one more Roshan before actually going for the end push. So there's the GGs being called, and Marcy immediately presses a celebratory BKB. As yeah, it was only a matter of time. MOUZ, a very simplistic, straightforward draft, but the execution, it was perfect. The smoke, it is gonna be broken, so they're gonna catch the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin becoming awfully low health, and Ulnit, who's gonna take the first slot? It's gonna be the Puck, so it's Xantic. He's immediately going into the mid lane with a huge advantage to his name. The runes are gonna spawn, and they're just gonna be 50-50. But not only a first blood going. Pablo, the next one targeted. He is getting pursued, however, Ulnit able to turn around, try to get on top of him. A nice blood grenade from the Crystal Maiden, however, is gonna zone them back once again. Ulnit comes in with the melt, but the angers them. Already reduced his damage enough that Tidehunter gets to live, and Xibbe, he may be low health, but he is happy with the escape he made there. Whereas over on the bottom lane, Shad, over on the Lifestealer gets killed, and that's the biggest kill across the entire map for MOUZ Sports just there. Bengan and Ulnit though, they're just really biding their time, while Xibbe would love to be more aggressive onto Ulnit, but as you can see, every time that you try to hit the Templar Assassin with any good amount of damage, he just presses Reflection and gets away. Handsken, however, does not get away as he is ticking down to so much magical damage, but there's the rage from Shad. So at least the Lifestealer is kind of hard to kill. Although MOUZ, they are once again pulling ahead, but now Bengan could be in a bit of trouble. Nope, never mind. TA too scary for them to go. Tidehunter with a huge amount of damage coming out there from the melt. Because Tidehunter, yeah, he is extremely tanky with the Kraken Shell, but what he does not have is a huge amount of armor to actually keep him safe and keep him laning. Viper gets some space given in the lane, but Bengan, he just got dived by Handsken there, while Ulnit was just in the jungle. Supream last this briefly. And Supream dies over on the mid lane as well, so rest farmers, instead of resting, they are actually being very aggressive in the face of MOUZ. And MOUZ forward, you can see they are kind of struggling to deal with all of this aggression, as it may be Puck securing the shield rune still, but over on the top lane, Templar Assassin has been forced to extremely low health, and now Puck wants to steal another rune from the Crystal Maiden as the Bad Rider comes in to try and rotate, but instead it will be the Bad Rider caught first by the side of MousePort. Puck looking to go for anything here at Xantic. He does play a really sick Puck, but not with a Marcy on top of him as well, as the double support rotation comes out from MOUZ, and they really want that mid laner kill. That's, you know, the most mainstream items that come to mind that work wonders against the Templar Assassin, because if you can get this lifesteal, maybe he doesn't even need a blink, come to think of it, because like I said during the draft, the infest tactics are really good here. Basically, he can just use all of his teammates' blinks. Bengan scouts out the lifestealer, but while that is happening, at Xantic decides to close in on the top lane with that second Dream Coil of the game, and is going to drop that straight on the Templar Assassin, who this time around is going to die and get annihilated. Lifestealer, the next target, as he will wait with proccing the rage, but will immediately just be pulverized for doing so. MOUZ, they got exactly 1 kill lead so far, though Xantic is the one on his Puck on top of the network. So this Puck game is just gonna continue going extremely well until there's a lot more lockdown being bought. Tidehunter, he's gonna be caught with a nice trap from the Templar Assassin, but the Kraken Shell purchases it off as there is a huge ravage. NARMAN just wants his TA to get away, but can he get the escape facilitated here with them having vision on Ulnit, Nope, and Bad Rider? He made sure that he's flying just that little bit out of the attack range from the Templar Assassin, so that he didn't die there. Because people may now be asking, why didn't the TA attack him? I think he tried from the melt and then realized, okay, I can't. Because yeah, this TA doesn't have... And, well, the game is kind of quiet, mostly because 2 big ultimates are on cooldown for rest farmers. Templar Assassin is using the opportunity to take as many stacks as she can. Though I do think with the next Dream Coil and Ravage, they want to go on the side of rest farmers once again. Because right now, pushing the tempo and being super in the face of MOUZ is what's giving them a bit of a lead. And rest farmers, they did end up winning some unexpected games in the group stages. So I wouldn't put it past them to beat a strong team like MOUZ, but as I say that, well, Ulnit and Supream kill off Shad instead on the top lane and make the lifesteal scaling so much more difficult. At least Puck is just having the freest game ever. This is like a 6,500 Puck already. And the more fat he gets, the harder he'll get to catch. A little bit of a trade though. Lifesteal for the Crystal Maiden is stronger. Whereas the Lifesteal is quite behind on his armlet timing. He's actually the very bottom of the course as far as gold goes. As Puck goes for a nice Dream Coil to try and catch Supream, but there's the Viper coming in. He will jump under vision though, even with the lasso. Bad Rider did accidentally flame break him up that high ground, so that's a really good spot for the Viper to go for more. As they get Pablo, they will get the Bad Rider, and they may even get this Puck if Puck makes just a tiny mistake. Puck being pursued by everyone, and yeah, there's the tiny mistake of thinking you could get the Primal Beast with the Witchblade tick. Primal Beast, he's still the most broken high health hero in the game, as that is gonna be 3 kills for nothing going the way of MOUZ Sports. And, well, MOUZ, while they are slowly pulling ahead, it's up to Shad to continue farming up to first get himself online and then come make a difference. But knowing that MOUZ want to jump him, and he does have some magic resist, as well as the creep to jump into, so I guess the creep will save his life as Xantic comes in for a 4-man Dream Coil. The stuns are there, the damage isn't quite as the Tidehunter ultimate hits onto 2. Shad will still be the one they focus, reducing his magic resistance by as much as possible and even committing the Pulverize. But an off-laner for carry is definitely the type of play that MOUZ were looking for. As now Templar Assassin hitting so hard, Handsken not quite dying. Pablo will be the first to fall as everybody else tried to make their way out of there. But MOUZ, they still want to go. They will end up trading NARMAN for that reinitiation. So it ends up being a 2-4-2. Still a support and an offlaner for a support and a carry, so as long as looking for. But MOUZ, no way they're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I mean, they got a Templar Assassin and everything, but there's the jump on the Crystal Maiden and they decide to turn around instead, or do they? Still just camping the high ground, hoping somebody is gonna come close. And that's gonna be the puck, caught out by the TA trap, but does manage to dodge the burst combo, whereas Viper on the other side of that teamfight is left kind of alone, but will be safe with a nice Mars jump and his Hurricane Pike. Force now on the high ground can turn around, start right-clicking people for some good damage as the Tidehunter. If you break him with the Viper, you actually kill him quite quickly.
His middle tower is under attack.
As that's gonna be Supream caught all the way over on top, where with the Dream Coil and 4-man rotation, they want to go for more. They will get Bengan as a bonus kill. And this aggression, going for kills, being not afraid to leave your half of the map, is kind of what's the difference between game number 1 and game number 2. And I'm really happy that RESTFARMERS actually figured out, like, hey, MOUZ are an incredibly good team. The only way we can actually win against them conveniently is to make them panic. Actually, he needs like 5,000 to be on top of the course and have a great time. That's a lot of gold. Meanwhile, Bad Rider gets ran down with an onslaught from the Primal Beast. As Viper happy to continue working on the first lane of Rax with the armor reduction. The Rax are gonna be dropping quickly. And he will turn his sights onto the mid tier 3 tower instead. Pretty decent spot as far as the gold goes. With that Radiance picking up the farming space for Lifestealer, he is gonna go for a Manta Stealth just to keep himself in this game longer by pushing out lanes. Which of course goes a lot easier with your Radiance. But they'll also try to get a Roche now on the... Ooh, Roche is walking up. Maybe that's why MOUZ are waiting, but MOUZ, they gotta realize that this Roche is coming and teleporting, and they will do everything in their power to interrupt the Roche teleport. MOUZ, can the Roche make it to them? Yes, he can! The 0 health Roche comes for free! Puck is immediately forced to follow it up with a teleport through the portal, but as the Primal Beast jumps and Puck just gets annihilated. And it's gonna be an Aegis going the way of Viper once again, who's now opting for Kaya. Oh, that was such a mistake. I thought they had it calculated on the side of RESTFARMERS. I thought that was a planned move where, you know, everybody stands around the little high ground portal hitting the Roche and you stun him every 4 seconds so that he can never finish the teleport. But they did not have to stun every 4 seconds in order to kill the Roche, so that was a free Aegis being delivered to MOUZ, and with that free Aegis delivery, well, MOUZ, they will immediately run down the Tidehunter. Xibbe. He is a hard target to catch, but there's Viper with some more break, there's the Pulverize plus Templar Assassin damage coming out, and Ulnit will be the one taking that kill. As MOUZ, they're now pushing up that high ground once again. Primal Beast kind of helpful because you can go for some onslaught initiations, but look at the Viper. With an amazing attack range, he's now going to start stacking some armor reduction onto the tower. Force, however, will be jumped for that. Force killed off the first time, but they traded him for Lifestealer's only life, so 50 seconds, no Lifestealer. Whereas Viper doesn't care, that's the nature of Viper. And Marcy will get caught, will get killed for doing that tower damage. As now MOUZ have to play this carefully. 7,000 gold lead though, and still climbing as long as more MOUZ are just sitting in front of RESTFARMERS base. there's the blink lasso onto Viper whatsoever. And that means with the Ravage committed for just one hero, Viper is going to die. I'd say that's a really good kill, except look at the respawn timers. Viper and Marcy are gonna be back at exactly the same time. So you took out the Viper, who's pretty much only dead for the time that he already wanted to fight. I think that's also why he didn't press the cheese there, because even with the cheese, all you do is make a little bit of space for your team by dying a little slower, right? $5,000 lead for the side of MOUZ, and they need to push it into more, and they damn well know it, so they're gonna smoke up, look for kills on perhaps the top lane, if they can find anyone. But with Crystal Maiden leading the charge, you got some amazing chase with you, as Puck will be caught, will get to Illusory Orb out, but there's the Primal Beast, there's the Marcy chasing down the Puck with the Pulverized. Puck is just gonna go down, and without Atlantic, without the Dream Coil, MOUZ now chasing for more, will get Pablo, will get Ulnit the dominating streak. MOUZ maybe pushing a little bit too greedily against the buyback from the Rubik and the lasso being available. Viper doesn't have keys anymore, so what he does have is a Glimmer Cape saving his life, as Tidehunter takes a lot of damage, but it's Tidehunter, so he will be fine. Now, you want to know what will not be fine? Bengan, in fact, for dealing all of that damage for his team, but you don't win by not dying, you win by hitting Rax, so excellent play there. And quite everyone falls low health, and it will be forced on the Viper, getting taken down once again, as Supream suffers a similar fate at the hands of Pablo. And now in comes NARMAN trying to rescue Ulnit. Ulnit. He will escape for now, though. There is a Lifestealer sitting next to him with a Radiance to deal with those refractions. And Ulnit, he realizes he's got to turn around, but Tidehunter with the Kraken Shell just once again purges off the missing armor. Three-man smoke from the side of MOUZ, but there's gonna be the jump by the Bat right onto the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin lit on fire, taken quite low by the Bat Rider, but Bat Rider will be paying with his life for that. Well, Templar Assassin, they have so much regen, healing, and everything stacked up on her that wasn't even any noticeable damage in hindsight. Down goes the Puck. And that's gonna be a jump for more onto Pablo. Pablo gets destroyed. Didn't pass. Taxi is gonna proc as Xibbe trying to go for the kill. And with the anchor, they will do it eventually. Out comes Crystal Maiden ultimate, forcing the Tidehunter away. But now it's the Lifestealer who's in a world of hurt as Shad. He can't really press any buttons. He's just getting snowed up, wrapped up as the gift, and taken down by the Viper. And it looks like there's the initiation attempt from the Lifestealer directly onto the Templar Assassin with a Rabbit to follow it up. Crystal Maiden Silence cannot get the ultimate out in time. Primal Beast runs out of there, and Viper, it looks like he's just gonna be feeding at this rate, because he doesn't have anything to defend himself with anymore. It will be the Aegis taken from the Viper. They are getting some Rax damage in for that, but keep in mind the melee Rax will be healed up quite a bit, and Viper isn't escaping from this Puck that easily. That's the Puck, as finally they are gonna kill off the Viper. A lot of space for the team, but also a lot of gold going the way of RESTFARMERS. RESTFARMERS, I mean. My bad. Their logo is a little penguin, though. I did try to get a better look of it in the meantime. Because RESTFARMERS, honestly, they may not be the strongest team in the tournament, but they got a lot of potential. Just because they got Atlantic on the mid lane and then a really good synergy between their 4 and 5 player. Which, they didn't really show in game number 1, but here this Lifestealer, every time that he gets hit by Desolators and such, there's gonna be the jump, there's gonna be the, lasso and punishment, allowing Lifesteal to not get kited and actually hit people. And you do need a lot of trust between the 1 and the 5, so that
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
whereas over on bottom, the tier 1 is getting pushed in. But that's also what keeps Lazy Farmers kind of reluctant from pushing. That it's just a very dangerous endeavor for them. But not if they find the beautiful Dream Cause first. NARMAN killed off by the Tide Hunter, making it 9k gold lead. It's not just gonna require Megas, it's gonna require Megas and quite a lot of time for the side of MOUZ to be making a comeback here. Whereas Lifestealer, he's got a Ravage sitting behind him now, so I guess he wants to go. Who wouldn't with freaking Ravage backing you up? But they do make it kind of obvious on the side of RESTFARMERS, which then again will net them a tier 2 tower, so it's not bad by any means. But they already have to teleport back to defend. Lifestealer, of course, hits the right free. As Crystal Maiden almost caught, does manage to live, but only until the lasso catches her. Bad Rider, he is not to be trifled with, as he doesn't just have a lasso, but he also has a Gem of True Sight. No escape possible. 10k lead for the side of RESTFARMERS. The smoke this time around, it will connect onto the Rubik, but Rubik immediately blinks out as well. The blinks, time and time again, they destroy MOUZ's initiation attempt, and MOUZ just cannot go for more and keep the aggression up, as now Roshan will be getting torn to shreds with the Desolated from the Templar Assassin. As the Roshan, it will be taken extremely quickly with the Templar Assassin, and this has got to be the timing for MOUZ to win this before the Aegis expires. But with them trying to go for a fight, RESTFARMERS, they may have just messed up. The Ravage is there, and this time around it is kind of on point, but where's the damage? Lifestealer, he just gets kited the second the Ravage ends, not even having the one kill he really wanted. The Crystal Maiden, meanwhile, buys back, so the one support they did kill will just continue running at them, and Puck with the Yule trying to save himself, but there's a perfectly timed silence into a Pulverize. So 100 seconds no Puck, as everybody immediately starts pushing from the side of MOUZ. But yeah, MOUZ, they were basically my country's first legitimate, like, recognized by the government Dota team, or gaming team ever, actually, I believe. So they got quite a bit of legacy and history, and it's always a pleasure to cast them and watch just how hard they stomp. This game, I mean, I wish this was game number 1, where that really anticlimactic game number 1 that MOUZ just stomped didn't happen. And, you know, RESTFARMERS, if they had this as their game number 1, they would be so much more motivated. But sadly, this is the second game already. So MOUZ, unless they start losing a lot of heroes very quickly, they should just be ending the game here, as the Ancient's still getting hit slowly. Lifestealer tries to charge in to make them stop hitting the Ancient. He will use up the rage on the Rubik, but Rubik is like, that's not gonna stop me from hitting the Ancient either, as there's gonna be a multi-hero Dream Coil Marcy dead for over 100 seconds. Primal Beast just wants to hit that Ancient, and with the Templar Assassin having an Aegis and so many more resources, they will get it. Though that was close, and I think you can see why they were so reluctant there on the